Okay, guys, I told John that I would get a good showing of Rudy's stack of Bibles for everybody. When Rudy says he was going to swear on a stack of Bibles, he's got the stack.
Hello.
Hey YouTube, check out where I'm at. Look at this. You guys know where this is at? What the hell is going on here? What is Rudy into this time? Oh my God. Hey guys, I'm Rudy. Lone Star 1776 here. I got my Moses doll.
And you approach a town to attack it. First, offer its people terms for peace.
Oh, this is great. What is this Moses doll? What is Rudy doing reading the Quran? What in the world?
Hey Matt, what's going on, man?
I was just checking out your office.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well, are you going to be the new Lone Star 1776 today?
I guess so.
All right. Well, hey.
How are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. How you doing?
Not too bad.
Good deal. So, we're glad to have you over for Thanksgiving, man.
Appreciate it. I really enjoyed dinner, actually.
Oh, okay. I thought you were coming here to make a video.
I was sneaking into your office.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That's no problem.
I put on your hat.
Did you play Moses?
I did play Moses.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Get your Moses doll here.
He always has some wise words for everybody.
Let's see what he has to say this time.
If you see your neighbor's ox or sheep wandering away, don't pretend not to see it. Take it back to its owner.
Take it back to its owner.
Don't try and hide your neighbor's sheep or ox.
That's right. He always has words of wisdom. I love Moses. You know, I don't trust anybody but Moses. So, but anyway, what's going on with current events, man?
Oh, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on right now with Syria. Arab League's dropped them. Russia's pretty pissed off about it. America's putting one of its nuclear carriers over there, and you know, World War III still looks like it's starting up.
Yeah, well, I mean, every freaking week, it seems like we're having the end of the world. You know, end of the world last month, end of the world the month before that. You know, my friend the Texas deacon said that, you know, he lives through the end of the world like at least once every 2 or 3 years. So I'm wondering what makes it different now than any other time of the world, right? I mean,
I don't know if it does or not. You know what's going to be interesting is when some of these things actually start to hit us here at home more. Last time I saw you, we were at the In the Fed in Dallas a month or so ago, and we met up, and then now we're coming back for Thanksgiving. We're watching a lot of implementation of TSA with now getting put out on streets, more biometric stuff coming out, and it's kind of like what I talked about earlier in my YouTube. Excuse me. About it being a slow noose tightening around the American people, and I still foresee it going like that. You know, a lot of the things in the Middle East are going to affect us, in my opinion, with gasoline. If gasoline's affected, prices are going to start going up on food. But, you know, even this weekend, I saw gasoline today for $2.95. I haven't seen it in the $2 range for a long time.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know, the whole financial collapse, you know, I've made fun of myself a few times because I kept thinking it was going to happen, and I'd run out to buy all the Gatorade I could get my hands on or buy all the water I could that night, and, you know, but it does look like we're on the verge of something, man. It's like, I don't know what to make of it, but, you know, there are definitely some forces in action with our monetary system that I think it could lead us to a financial collapse. And I hope that those people are preparing, right?
Well, I think we've been watching a lot of inflation happening even since the 1990s. Things have progressively been getting worse for the American people. Implementation of the Patriot Act, prices of things going up. It's because they're printing a lot more money and whatnot. I don't know if there is much that we can do, but you know, one thing that I do is I have one closet basically, and it's probably about 10 foot tall and 10 foot wide, and it's got shelves.
Yeah.
And I keep about 2 months worth of food, and I keep seeds and a few different things, and then I just rotate that product out as we go through and we eat it. I don't have the money to supply myself with a year's worth of food,
Right.
but I know that if I keep that much in the house, that it'll at least give me a transitional period where I might be able to catch up if things do happen where everything drops out from underneath us like that. But I don't know if I even see it happening that way.
Well, I think our grandparents, right, they were constantly putting food away, trying to prepare for a rainy day, to be independent and not so dependent upon the government. And so it's definitely a good thing to do. We just kind of lost that in modern society today. And if I once saw a video where they were like making the sky out, and they were describing the sky, right? And they said, he stores up water, he stores up food, the guy had lots of guns. And I'm like, wow, what did he do wrong? And they were making him sound like he was a nutcase that needed to be, put away. It's like, well, he stored up water, he stored up food, and he had guns. I was like, that's my kind of guy.
What's his name? I might make a new friend.
Right. It's like, but the way they describe, people who are trying to prepare for a potential hard time, they make them out to be lunatics. And it's like, I don't know how we break that barrier with the zombies that are, Black Friday crowd, the people who are zombie-tized by television. It's a little frustrating, to be aware of all the conditions of the world and to talk to people and just to stare at you like, you're absolutely insane. And so, I guess endurance or perseverance, or what have you found to work for you?
Hey, you do what's best for yourself and your family, and if people don't listen to you, they don't listen to you.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the point I'm at now.
Yeah.
I talk a lot more about current events and politics now than I used to talk about secret societies and other things, because I think I said my piece on some of those things, Sometimes I have a problem just dragging on and on and on about the same subjects, except for those Nazi TSA bastards.
Yeah.
I think it was just a couple days ago I watched a video where a flash mob of 50 kids went into a convenience store, and they basically emptied the convenience store out, and the clerk couldn't do nothing about it because they just flash mobbed the convenience store. They stripped everything out of it that they wanted to, and they all left. And what do you do when 50 people just come in and do that? Unless you're armed, and I'm guessing the convenience store guy probably wasn't armed.
Yeah.
That's more what you have to worry about. I at this point, am not even completely worried about the government. Look, they can't stop the Occupy movements.
Yeah.
And even though they're going down, they're pepper spraying people and these things, it actually ends up giving those movements more power. What I'm more concerned about are those people who are not prepared and what they're going to want to take from us when that happens. And that's probably would be what I'm more concerned about at this point in time.
Yeah, no, I agree. That makes a lot of sense, and we've got to prepare ourselves in order to deal with that, and that's going to be a decision we're all going to have to make individually. That when that time comes, if it does come, and hopefully not, what are we prepared to do, right? And it's something we should have thought out beforehand. And when it comes to protecting my family and my property and my the things that I think are our duty to protect as the father of the family and the leader of the family, there's going to be a time when you got to do what you got to do, and some people don't want to hear that, but it's just people need to have gone through that exercise in their head so that they're not thinking through it the first time when shortages happen, right? And
at the end of the day, I hope you and I are the crazy ones.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah.
I hope I was wrong, and Barack Obama was born in Chicago or Hawaii or Connecticut or wherever he's from. We've just been the lone nuts out there that have been discussing these things, because I'd rather that be than the things that I think both of us have been foreseeing that's going to happen to this country.
Right. Yeah, that's a disaster waiting to happen about his, birth certificate fiasco coming out and being made known. the situation with Larry Sinclair and the unsolved murder of Donald Young, I believe it was. All of that is like, I don't know how this guy managed to get through all of the scams and the crazy situations with, his birth certificate and losing his law license and his wife losing her law license and the unsolved murder with Donald Young. His grandmother supposedly died 2 days before the election. I mean, what is up with that? I mean, I have sympathy on the man if she really died of natural causes, but I'm saying it raises a lot of red flags in my mind, that would happen because she would know the history, and like anybody that seems to would know the history of the man seems to like fall off the face of the earth. We don't know anything about him, and we can't get any of his records, right? And we have the passport break-in with supposedly the target was Hillary Clinton, but now we found out that Obama's passport was targeted as well. There's just so many coincidences that are going on, and I for one have what I put into the birth certificate and my research into it. I feel very strongly that he has lied to us about his birth in Hawaii, and but I got to put it in the Lord's hands, right? I can't dwell on it, but at the same time, I'll speak to anybody who will listen.
One of the things that I love about everything that I've learned and everything that I've done on YouTube and meeting the different people that I've met, it's been really something that's awakened me in my life. That it's changed the way that I live. I don't do things the way that I used to. It has made me be more prepared for my family. It's made me come to a place to try and be more responsible, knowing that the economy across the world is crap right now. We legitimately have a reason to now say several years ago we were right, that things were going to get worse.
Right.
And now we're starting to see those things happen. And if things do start getting better, it's going to be at least 5 to 10 years before they get back to the way that they were.
I can't imagine them getting better. The reason is that if you look at the sheer magnitude of the debt, right? Just the sheer magnitude of the debt that we owe, and comparing that to the knowledge that's put in that book, The Creature from Jekyll Island by J. Edward Griffin, there's no way that we're going to get out of that. And the only way is quantitative easing number 1, quantitative easing number 2, quantitative easing number 3. They're going to print money, print money, print money, and it's going to spiral out of control. And if we don't have some war break out, or we don't have some false flag situation, or we don't have any other thing that the government could do to make chaos and then bring their order out of the chaos, I don't see how they can avoid the financial collapse. The financial collapse is, I think is unavoidable, and it's just a matter of when. But I can't predict when. I don't know. But it looks to me like, this new round of quantitative easing is going to cause a whole new round of inflation. People are going to, that are already out of work are going to have a harder time to make a living. And, I think this is a time where we need to trust in the Lord, that if we put our trust in the Lord, He will protect the righteous.
That's where I've been moving a little more towards watching the prepper community and see what they've been doing. I think that some of us have put out enough information to really show the deception about what's going on. I'm being told my time's up. Come on back for episode 2, and we'll do a round 2 right after this.